Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we're making something so fun and festive. Watercolor Christmas ornament tags. Say that 3 times fast. Okay, you can make these in just 5 minutes. They're perfect for adding the little handmade touch to your holiday gifts. Let's grab our supplies and get going. Right, here's what you're going to need. I have these really cool watercolor powders. I'll list those in the description. I also have these really fun sparkly powders from Lindy's Gang, watercolor paper, my number 5 fusion brush, an empty water glass, and a little bowl, and my jar of water. All right, so here's what we're going to do first. We're going to take this powder and put just the tiniest bit into our container and take some water and add it and mix it up. You can do this until you get the desired color that you like. If you add more, it's going to get darker. You can add blue to make purple. I like this dark color right here. So next, take your water glass, dip it into the paint, give it a little shake, and dip it onto your paper. Then you're going to take your brush and just follow the edges here. I like to get my brush a little bit wet so that the paint spreads well. And you're just going to follow that line. Feel free to turn your paper. Feel free to move your body if you need to figure out how to go along these lines. And then leave a little bit of white space there for yourself and just finish that off. Now, if you want to add more color, feel free to pick up some more in your bowl and add it. I'll add a little bit down here. And then I'm going to take my brush that still is wet and has paint and dip it into this little jar of pigment powder that sparkles. And I'm going to spread that through. And then a little down here, and then I'm going to add just a little bit by this white space. And then I'm going to make sure that's all spread out, no clumps. I'm going to add the little topper, and I will link these fun pens as well. Even if you have a red marker or something, you could add it, or you could just paint it out in red as well. Okay, so you can leave this to dry or use your craft dryer to help speed along the process. All right, the last little thing I'm going to do before I cut this out is I'm going to take my Sharpie S gel and just quickly do an outline. This does not need to be perfect. Don't worry about perfection. Just go as close as you can to the outside. And finish that off. Okay, and now we're going to cut this out. All right, now that we have this cut out, I'm going to give you 3 options for adding some sparkles. One are little stick-on sparkles. These I got from, where did I get these? I believe I got these from the dollar store. So you can just stick on like so. So that adds a little bit of sparkle to it. The other thing you can use, now I've had these for probably a good 10 years, but the stickles, well, sometimes you'll need to loosen that up in there and then shake it all down to the top. And you can add little dots of sparkle. Okay, let me put this up close so you can see that. These take a while to dry. Then, of course, there's just plain old glitter, which, you know, some people can do glitter and some people cannot, and that is totally understandable. But I'm gonna put this out here. Whee! And that's why you do it on a piece of paper. And some people just don't do it at all. All right. That adds a fun effect to it as well. All right, let's finish this up. I'm going to use my crocodile and put a small hole in here. You don't need a crocodile. You can use a whole bunch or even thread a needle with some ribbon or twine. And you can use ribbon, you can use twine, you can use whatever you would like. And I'm just going to do a quick knot at the top here. Okay, and then trim this off. Okay, there you have it, my friends. Beautiful little handmade ornament gift tags in pretty much just in 5 minutes. I hope you enjoyed making these with me. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials, and let's create more together.